We believe that all men are created equal, yet many are denied equal treatment.
Every nation must now develop an overriding loyalty.
Welcome to Diversity TV, news and commentary. I'm Troy Shaw. World headline news, story out of Caracas, Venezuela. Venezuela's state oil company said Tuesday that it has stopped selling crude to ExxonMobil Corp. in response to the U.S. oil company's drive to use the courts to seize billions of dollars in Venezuelan assets. ExxonMobil is locked in dispute over the nationalization of its oil ventures in Venezuela that has led President Hugo Chavez to threaten to cut off all Venezuelan oil supplies to the United States. Venezuela is currently the United States' fourth largest oil supplier. Tuesday's announcement by state-run Petróleos de Venezuela S.A. or PDVSA was limited to ExxonMobil, which PDVSA accused of judicial economic harassment for its efforts in the U.S. and European courts. PDVSA said it has paralyzed sales of crude to ExxonMobil and suspended commercial relations with the Irvine, Texas-based company. The legal actions carried out by the U.S. transnational are unnecessary and hostile, PDVSA said in the statement. Continuing with political news, story out of Washington. While John McCain was inching towards a Republican presidential nomination, Senator Barack Obama staked a claim as the Democratic frontrunner. Obama's win in the District of Columbia, Maryland, and Virginia primaries propelled him past Senator Hillary Clinton in the race for the delegates. According to the Diversity TV calculations, Obama has now 1,215 delegates to Clinton's 1,190. To clinch the Democratic nomination, a candidate must get 2,025 delegates. Obama has led the pledged delegates, but Clinton has held the lead when superdelegates were factored in. Superdelegates are a group of almost 800 Democratic Party officials and leaders who are not required to make their votes public and are free to change their minds. The Illinois senator has now won 8 consecutive contests. Now continuing with a segment on Black history. Subject, George Washington Carver. He was an American botanical researcher and agronomy educator who worked in agricultural extension at the Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama, teaching former slave farmers techniques for self-sufficiency. To bring education to farmers, Carver designed a mobile school. It was called the Jessup Wagon after the New York financier Morris Ketchum Jessup, who provided funding. In 1921, Carver spoke in favor of a peanut tariff before the House and Ways and Means Committee. Given racial discrimination of the time, it was unusual for an African American to be called an expert. Carver's well-received testimony earned him national attention, and he became an unofficial spokesman for the peanut industry. Carver wrote 44 practical agricultural bulletins for farmers. In the post-Civil War South, an agricultural monoculture of cotton had depleted the soil, and in the early 1900s, the boll weevil destroyed much of the cotton crop. Much of Carver's fame was based on his research and promotion of alternative crops to cotton, such as peanut and sweet potatoes. He wanted poor farmers to grow alternative crops as both a source of their own food and a cash crop. His most popular bulletin contained 105 existing food recipes that used peanuts. His most famous method of promoting the peanut involved his creation of about 100 existing industrial products from the peanut, including cosmetics, dyes, paints, plastics, gasoline, and nitroglycerin. Carver's most important accomplishments were in areas other than industrial products from peanuts, including agricultural extension education, improvement of race relations, mentoring children, poetry, painting, religion, advocacy of sustained agriculture, and appreciation of plants and nature. He served as a valuable role model for African Americans and an example of the importance of hard work, a positive attitude, and a good education. One of his most important roles was that the fame of his achievements and many talents undermined the widespread stereotype of the time that the black race was intellectually inferior to the white race. In 1941, Time magazine dubbed him the Black Leonardo, a reference to Leonardo da Vinci. And that was Diversity TV, news and commentary. I'm Troy Shaw, and I'll see you very soon.
We believe that all men are created equal, yet many are denied equal treatment.
Every nation must now develop an overriding loyalty